Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After our fight in Star Realms last week, we're going to venture to a spot much closer to the known galaxy as we pay a visit to Mars. We're going to play Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition from Stronghold Games. Just like it sounds, our goal is to terraform Mars. To do that, we need to flip all 9 ocean tiles on the board, get the temperature up to 6 degrees Celsius, and get the oxygen up to 14%. We have 5 rounds to do that, and I'll explain more about how the round works as we work our way over to the board. Let's start off first by picking our corporation. When I went through setup last night, I dealt out 2 corporations, so I'm going to keep one of them. Let's take a look at our first possible corporation. We have Thorgate, starting with 45 mega credits. You also start with 1 heat production. As an effect, when you pay as an energy tag, you pay 3 less mega credits for it. And then we can see that's what a tag looks like. And then looking at our other card, we have Credit Core. So we just start off with 48 mega credits. And as an effect, when we play a card with a printed cost of 20 mega credits or more, we pay 4 less for it. I think I'm actually going to play Thorgate, figuring starting with a heat production is probably a good thing. So I'll move that over. I believe these represent 45. So the gold, well, I'll just grab an example of each so the denominations actually make a little more sense. So the golds are going to represent 10 mega credits, silvers represent 5, and the bronze represents 1. So we've got all that set up. Now we can look at our opening hand as we head over to the board with the corporation in mind. I'm going to keep everything related to my corporation off to the side here. So we've got my game board here. I can produce mega credits, which will always be 5+ terraforming rating. You can produce cards to draw when you produce. There's our aforementioned 1 heat production, plant production, and then titanium and steel. Steel and titanium work a little bit differently from base Terraforming Mars. So in Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, your production capabilities for steel and titanium actually offer discounts on those tags rather than additional resources that you can produce during the production step. So just in case you're coming in with the experience from regular Terraforming Mars. So let's take a look at our starting hand. Our first card is Extreme Cold Fungus with a microbe tag. We need purple temperature to play it, so, well, we might be able to play it now. Requires purple temperature. As an action, you gain either a plant or add a microbe to another card, so we couldn't add it to this card. Next up we have a mass converter for 20 mega credits. Needs 4 science tags to play, but it offers us a science, a steel, and an energy tag. During the production phase, we produce 3 heat, and when we play a titanium card, we pay 3 less mega credits for it. Next up, we have viral enhancers for 8 mega credits with a microbe and a plant tag on it. As an effect, when you play an animal, plant, or a beast microbe or plant tag, including these, gain 1 plant or add an animal or a microbe to another card. Then we've got anaerobic microorganisms for 10 mega credits with another microbe tag. As an effect, when you play a card, you may remove 2 microbes from this card to pay 10 less for it. And when you play a beast, a microbe, or plant tag, including this, add a microbe to this card. Then we've got assembly lines for 13 mega credits with a titanium tag. As an effect, when you use an action effect on one of your cards, gain 1 mega credit. Then economic growth for 10 mega credits with a steel tag on it. During the production phase, this produces 3 mega credits. Diversified interest for 15 mega credits with a plant tag. Gain 3 plants and 3 heat. During the production phase, this produces a plant. And media group with an Earth tag on it. As an effect, when you play an event, you pay 5 less mega credits for it. I don't think we had any events in our starting hand. No, we don't. And I believe we have a mulligan option as well. Let me double check the rules, but I wouldn't completely swear to it, though. We actually do not, from the looks of it. I thought we did. So, actually there's an advanced rule for it, but we're not going to use it. So everything's set up for the corporation. Let's move over last to the board. I've got a dummy deck set up for the Automa player here. Here are our 9 ocean tiles that we need to flip, temperature, and the oxygen levels. The temperature needs to get up to 6 or 8 degrees Celsius. It might be 8, actually. Yeah, temperature actually needs to get up to 8 degrees Celsius. Good thing I checked the board. And then 14% on the oxygen level. We've got our 3 extra decks there. Everything's all set up for the game, so let's go ahead and jump right in, get into our first turn. So each player will be given a hand of the 5 phases. So there's a development phase where each player can play a green project, and for a bonus, you pay 3 mega credits less for the card you play this phase. Then there's construction, where each player may play a red or a blue card. If you lead with it, draw a card or play an additional blue or red card. As an action, each player activates any action effects and standard actions. As a bonus, you may activate 1 action in additional time. Production, each player gains heat, plants, and draws cards according to their production. They also gain mega credits equal to their production plus terraform rating. And as a bonus, gain 4. Research, all players draw 2 cards and keep 1. If you lead with it, draw an additional 3 cards and keep 1 additional card. So, looking at coming back to our hand, I would say I have negative interest right now in producing until I start getting something resembling an engine online. So I think we're going to start getting some production online. To that end, I'm going to lead off with the development phase right off the bat. So I'll be able to pay 3 mega credits less for whatever I'm playing. Then we'll flip over a card from the Automa deck. So the Automa wants to research, which I'm actually very fine with. So with that, I'm going to pay 7 mega credits because I led development, so I get to pay 3 less mega credits for the card I play. Since I now know they're going to use development at some point, I'm going to play economic growth to get my mega credit production online right away. So that'll give me 3 more mega credits during production. Then during research, I'll draw 2 cards and keep 1. So we'll take a look at each card. First up, we find Asteroid Mining Consortium for 6 mega credits. When you play a titanium tag, you pay 3 less for it. And Mangrove for 12 mega credits. You need white temperature, which is near the top. Gain a forest VP and raise oxygen 1 step. Given that it's going to be a while before I'm able to play this card, I'm going to discard Mangrove and keep the Asteroid Mining Consortium. So that's an entire turn of Ares Expedition. Research goes off and we pick a new phase. Now we're not able to play development again, even though I would love to be able to. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think I'm actually going to plan on doing some construction. So I'll be able to either draw a card or play an additional blue or red. So the Automa wants to construct as well. So that's kind of a, well, it's not entirely a waste, but it's definitely enough of one to notice. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to pay another 8 mega credits to play viral enhancers. So when I'm playing a tag including these, it looks like I'm playing a microbe and a plant tag. So I'm gaining at least one plant, but I don't know if I gain a second one as well. I tend to doubt it, but I will give myself the one plant for sure. The way that's worded, since it's got 2 different tags on it, it sure looks like I gain the second plant. So I'll go ahead and take the second plant, even though I'm not completely sure I get it. So that brings me up to 2. And then since I led construction, I get to play an additional card, and I will play... I'm going to pay 10 mega credits to play anaerobic organisms, microorganisms. So once again, as an effect, when I play a card, I can remove 2 microbes from this card to pay 10 less for it. And as an effect, when I play a beast, microbe, or plant tag including this, add a microbe to this card. So I'll get a token that will act as a microbe for that card. Right, that moves off, and now I can't construct again going into the next turn. So, I think I want to... What do I want to do right now? I think I want to develop again. So I'm going... their development's still in the deck, though, so I'm actually going to lead research, because I'd like to do a little bit of digging, see if I can get some... either some mega credit or some... Actually, I want to get some more production online if I can. So the Automa is going to take an action step. There's not really much for me to do right now in the action steps, but this is where we'd be able to do any of that. Whether it's taking standard actions to gain... I could take a standard action to raise the... either raise the temperature or the oxygen 1 step, but... I kind of need my mega credits for... Let's see, I'm not going to be able to play that. That's mass converter. I definitely want to be able to play diversified interests, though, so I'm going to sit on my mega credits for now. But I will get to draw 5 cards and keep 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So first card up. Lagrange Observatory for 7 mega credits. Science, Titanium, and an event tag. Draw a card, which could be tempting. Next up, Lake Marineris for 17 mega credits, but we need yellow or warmer to flip 2 ocean tiles. That'll be a while. Next up, Biothermal Power for 18 mega credits. That's actually good. Space and a science and an energy tag. Gain a forest VP and raise oxygen 1 step. During the production phase, this produces 1 heat. That's tempting. Next up, Toll Station for 16 mega credits. You may play a green card from your hand that has a printed cost of 9 mega credits or less without paying its mega credit cost. During the production phase, this produces 3 heat. That's tempting. And Plantation for 22. Needs 4 science tags. With a plant and an event tag. Requires 4 science tags, though. Gain 2 forest VPs and raise oxygen 2 steps. Well, I'm not playing that. I'm not keeping Lake Marineris or Plantation. The only question is, of the other 3, which one am I keeping? And I think I'm going to keep Biothermal Power and Toll Station, so the rest of those are going to go away. Alright, so those will move to my hand. I can't research this turn. Let's see, they still have Develop and Produce. What do I want to do this round? What do I want to do this turn? Play a green card. That would give me that for free, which is actually not a terrible idea. I know we're either going to be producing or developing this turn. The question is, do I want to gamble on another development? Do I want to gamble on their produce coming out? Or do I want to... Basically, the question is, do I trip the produce now, or do I try to develop one more time to get a little more production online? I think I'm just going to develop one more time before I get my production online. So the Automa is actually producing, so this kind of worked out. With that in mind, I will pay 13 mega credits because I get to pay 3 less for the card I play, which will bring me down to 7. To play out the toll station, giving me another 3 mega credit production. So that brings me up to 6. And then, per the effect on that card, I get to play a 9 mega credit or less card from my hand without paying its cost. The only one I have is the Asteroid Mining Consortium, which when I play a steel tag, or when I play a titanium tag, I pay 3 less mega credits for it. And then producing, since I didn't lead it, I don't get that, but I get 11 mega credits, because my mega credit production is 6 plus my terraform rating of 5. I get 1 heat, draw no cards, and no plants. That's rather unfortunate, but no help for it at this point. So development goes away, and I know their last card is a development. So what development do I have? I have 18 mega credits right now. Actually, that would be just enough to play the... Actually, I think I'm going to plan on playing this biothermal power. The only question is, what do I want to do right now? Do I want to produce again? I will get to pay 3 mega credits less for that because it's a science, because there's an energy tag on it. So I think I will do a bit of production. And then just to remove the suspense, hey, look at that, it's their development. So I will pay 15 mega credits because remember, I get to pay 3 less for biothermal power because it's got an energy tag on it. Then I will gain a forest VP and raise oxygen 1 step. So oxygen is up 1 step, which also bumps my terraforming rating up. And I'll get another heat production. So moving into production phase, that's 6 plus 6 for mega credit production is 12 mega credits. So there's my 12 mega credits. Still don't have any card draw. I produced 2 heat. But no plants, which is... Will you stop dropping? But still no plant production, which is rather unfortunate, but no help for it at this point. So I'll check my hand limit. I'm fine on that. Then this will move over for end of round. And since I'm playing on novice difficulty, I did forget to mention that. I get to increase either the oxygen or the temperature 2 steps. So I will increase the... I'll increase the temperature 2 steps. So I don't get to increase my terraforming rating for that, but I'm definitely gonna need help on this, the way my engine is so far not really coming online. But it's also very early in the game, so it's entirely possible that my engine will indeed start to come online later. But we're into round 2 now, so let's see what we can do with continuing to terraform Mars. My hand isn't particularly exciting at the moment going into round 2, so I think we're going to lead off with a bit of research, just so I can go digging for more options. And then the Automa is also wanting to research. That's kind of a waste. So that'll send me into the deck for 5. First up, we'll find Commercial District for 25 mega credits with a steel tag on it. During the production phase, this produces 4 mega credits. That's going to be hella expensive. Especially when I've got a couple of cards that let me produce 3 mega credits. Next up, Dusty Quarry. requires 3 or fewer ocean tiles to be flipped over. When you play a steel tag, pay 2 less mega credits for it. That's actually tempting. Next up, microprocessors. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. During the production phase, this produces 3 heat. That's also tempting. Next up, artificial lake requires yellow temperature or warmer. Flip an ocean tile. We're not playing that for a while. And bushes requires red temperature or warmer. Gain 2 plants. During the production phase, this produces 2 plants. If we could raise the temperature a few steps, we'd be right near the red temperature for that. But I think for now I'm going to keep Dusty Quarry and microprocessors. That way I can try to get some steel production going and maybe improve my heat production while I'm at it, because I definitely need to do something about the temperature. So I can't research, and it's Adiadama's deck, which is rather unfortunate. So I think here I will maybe just get some more. Let's see, microprocessors would cost me 11. If I lead development, microprocessors would cost me 11. Yeah, I think that's probably worth it. Because I want to get some more heat production on. So I'm going to lead on development. And let's see what the Automa is wanting to do. The Automa is wanting to do construction. I don't think I have construction that I can really play here. Actually, I can probably... I'm going to have to discard some cards, but I can probably work with that. So I'll pay 11 mega credits for the aforementioned microprocessors. So I'll draw 2 cards, then discard 1. During the production phase, this produces 3 heat. Do I gain... Okay, one thing I need to check is if I gain mega credits for... Yeah, I don't think I gain mega credits for discarding during the research phase, but I would during the end step. I'm looking at something here. Yeah, no, I think players may discard, or a player discards a card for any reason. Can be done for any reason. When a player discards a card for any reason, I don't think you gain cards for. I don't think you gain mega credits for discarding cards, so that's what we're going to go with. But we're going to play microprocessors, which remember costs me 11. 3 because I reduced energy tags by 3. 3 because I led development. So I get another 3 heat production, which brings me up to 5. Then I'll draw 2 cards and discard 1. So first up I find Matter Manufacturing for 9 mega credits with a science tag. As an action, I can spend a mega credit to draw a card. That I might be able to develop. And Great Escarpment Consortium for 3, which is another steel production. When I play a steel, I pay 2 less mega credits for it. I think we're gonna keep the. I'm not getting a lot of steel production either, but I think we're gonna keep the Matter Manufacturing. That way I can try to get some more cards going, even if it's going to cost me mega credits. So I can't develop this turn because I just led that. So what do I want to do right now? Well, like I said, I'm discarding some cards. I'm going to put that aside to discard. That to discard. That. So I'm putting 3 cards aside that I'm planning to discard. Leading action doesn't really do much for me right now. I think I'm just going to keep digging for cards. So I'm going to research again. Let's see what the Automa wants to do. The Automa wants to produce, which I'm actually fine with right now. So 6 plus 6 gives me another 12 mega credits. I get 5 heat, which will actually help me when we go into the action phase. Still no plants, still no cards. Actually, I get 6 heat. No. 5 heat. Never mind. I was right. Still no plants, still no cards. So that's rather unfortunate, but I'll draw from this deck, see if it's any better. 4, 5, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay. So that's still part of my hand. First up, Deep Well Heating for 14 mega credits with a steel and an energy tag. Raise the temperature 1 step, and during the production phase, this produces 1 heat. Next up, Think Tank for 13. 1 VP per 3 blue cards I have in play. As an action, I can spend 2 mega credits to draw a card. That's a little expensive for that, I think. Tardigrades for 6 mega credits. As an action, I can add a microbe to this card, and I get 1 VP per 3 microbes on this card. Release of inert gases for 16 mega credits with an event tag. Raise my terraform rating 2 steps. And Trading Post. Gain 3 plants. During the production phase, this produces 2 mega credits for 11. Well, I'm tempted by the Trading Post. I think we're going to discard the Tardigrades. We're going to discard Tardigrades, Release of Inert Gases, and Think Tank. And we'll keep the other 2. Alright, so I'm back to being able to develop. Now I can't research. I do need to keep in mind that I'm going into the action step here pretty soon. Which could be coming up as soon as this next Automa card. So I think I'm actually going to produce. Because I'm planning on whether the action phase or whether action or development cleans me out. I'm going to need mega credits coming out of this. So next up we find we're developing. So let's see what we want to develop. I have 16 mega credits left, which I'll go down to 1 to play Diversified Interest for 15. With a plant tag, so that will let me add microbes. That'll let me either gain plants or add microbes to another card. I'm going to add a microbe to anaerobic microorganisms from its own effect, and then from viral enhancers, I'll gain a plant. Then I'll gain another 3 plants and 3 heat. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, which will bring me up to, and I get my first plant production online, so I get 3 plants and 3 more heat. All right, then we're producing, so 6, 12, 16 mega credits since I led production. There's the 16 mega credits. 5 more heat, which I'll be able to raise the temperature at least, I think, yeah, it looks like I'll be able to raise it 2 steps. And a plant, so I'll be just short of being able to take an oxygen VP as well. So I know this is a production for the Automa. Question is, what do I want to do right now? Let's see, I have 17 mega credits. I don't want to lead to action right now because I don't really need to. I kind of don't want to be spending any mega credits right now, so I think we're just going to lead research again and keep digging for cards. So just to remove the suspense, there's the action. So we'll tip up to the board since I will actually be doing some stuff on the board. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my 16 heat to raise the temperature 2 steps. So temperature will go up to minus 22 Celsius. My terraform rating will go up by 2 steps. Let's see, I don't have any action cards there. I'm 1 plant short of being able to spend plants to raise the oxygen. The question is, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to spend 15 mega credits to flip an ocean tile, which I believe gives me... Does flipping an ocean tile give me the oxygen as well, or... Nope. Okay, so I will gain a terraform. I'll flip this ocean tile. So the ocean tile I find here is a plant and 2 mega credits, which is actually the plant I need now. So that'll bring me up to 4 mega credits, and that's the plant I need actually to bump the oxygen rating up a step, giving me a forest VP and another terraform rating. So that's a forest VP, and I already raised my terraform rating, so right now I'm up to 10 terraform rating. And I think that is it on the action step. So now I'll draw my 5 cards and keep 2, 3, 4, 5. First card for me to consider. Great Dam requires 2 ocean tiles to be flipped for 12 mega credits. It's a green card. Steel and energy tag, so it would cost me 9. Actually, it would cost me... No, it would cost me 9 right now. During the production phase, this produces 2 heat. Next up, Wave Power, which requires 3 to be flipped. And during the production phase, this produces 3 heat. Next up, Food Factory requires me to spend 2 plants for 9 mega credits. It's a steel tag and produces 4 mega credits. I don't have enough plant production to support that. Next up, Cartel. During the production phase, this produces 1 mega credit per earth tag I have, including this one, which right now would be 1. And Power Plant for 3 mega credits with steel and energy tags. So this would be free for me. During the production phase, this produces 1 heat. I definitely want the Power Plant because if I lead development, that's a free heat production for me. And then which one of these do I want most? I'm gonna have a lot of heat production, so what I need right now is production of everything else. So I think I'll take the Food Factory and plan on trying to get some more plant production. I'm gonna have to go digging for that. That's the end of the round, so now I get to bump parameters again. I will bump... I feel like I'm having an easier time with the temperature, so I'm going to bump the oxygen up 2 steps. Then I check my hand limit. I'm probably over at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to have to discard 2 cards, but I will get 6 mega credits back for this, so I'll discard Mass Converter and Assembly Lines. So I'll discard those 2, get 6 mega credits back, which brings me up to 10. Then once I remember to move the Automa's cube over, we'll get ready to start round 3. I think I'm going to lead... right now I have 5 heat production, so I'm going to lead with... I'm going to plan on leading development to play deep well heating out. That'll cost me 8. Let's see what the Automa's starting with. The Automa's leading off with a construction, which is kind of unfortunate because I can't really do much there. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I get to pay 3 less because I let it, and 3 less for my ability to play the aforementioned deep well heating, which lets me raise the temperature 1 step, so we're at minus 20, and I'm up to 11. Terraform rating. During the production phase, this produces another heat, so my heat production now is up to 6. And then construction. What do I want to do in the construction step? Requires purple temperature, so now I can't play extreme cold fungus. I don't think there's anything I can do in this phase, so I've got to let that pass. Let's see, I can't produce, or I can't develop this turn, and I'm sorely lacking on mega credits right now, so I feel like I have to lead production, even though my engine desperately needs ways to... I desperately need to get plant production going on. Let's see what the Automa wants to do. The Automa wants to take the action. That's just great. Which means I'm doing exactly bubkus in that phase. So, let's see, 11, 17, 21 mega credits is what I get from mega credits because I led production. So there's my 21 mega credits. And I've got to remember now that I've got 2 microbes that I can pull from anaerobic microorganisms to make cards cost 10 less. Then I produce 6 heat. And I believe that is 1 plant production, which isn't great, but it's something. Let's see. Now that I know I can actually produce things, well, I know that I... Right, so now I can't produce for this next turn. Now I think I want to develop. Let's see what the Automa wants to do here. The Automa wants to produce, which I'm actually quite okay with. So, I will pay... right, I'll actually pay 8 mega credits to go down to 14 because I was at 22. Actually, I'm at... Hold on, I'm at 15, so I must have been at 23. To play trading posters will give me another 3 plants, and then this will produce another 2 mega credits. So 3 plants, and produce another 2 mega credits, so I'm up to 8. Which is good for production because I will produce 19 mega credits. Let me get a single and I'll take 2 10s out. Like that. Then I'll produce another 6 heat. And 1 plant. Right, their research and their... So I can't develop. So their research and their development are both still in their deck. I think here I'm going to produce again. Let's see what the Automa wants to do. I really need cards, but actually, better idea might be, do I want to take an action step here? Because that would let me... Their action's gone, so taking an action for me might be better. Because I can flip a couple of ocean tiles, and then I can produce next turn. I'm raising the heat. I'm raising the temperature at least one more step this round. And I can flip 2 more ocean tiles. Didn't I keep a card that requires me to have max 3? So I'll still have enough mega credits to play another steel production. Yeah, let's actually take an action step instead. I'll do a bit of ocean tile flipping. And then the Automa is going to develop. So this kind of worked out. Which means I will get to pay... I'll get to play Power Plant for basically free, which will let me produce another heat during production. I'm getting to play it for free because it's got an energy tag on it. So that'll give me another heat, which is almost a guaranteed temperature increase every production step. So taking action, I'll spend 8 heat, going down to 4. Raise my terraform rating and raise the temperature by 1 step. Then I'll pay 30 mega credits to flip 2 ocean tiles. I can take the standard actions as many times as I can pay for them, right? Resolve any number of the standard actions any number of times. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to pay 30 mega credits to flip 2 ocean tiles. So we'll flip this ocean tile next. We'll find a card and a mega credit. So I will draw a Moholi area for 18 mega credits with a steel tag on it. During the production phase, this produces 4 heat. And I get a mega credit back, going back up to 5. I also increase my terraform rating by 2 because I'm flipping a second ocean tile. So here we'll find gaining 2 plants, which I don't think is enough to take another another forest tile. Nope, I'm 1 short. I'll get that when I produce, though. Which I think will be next. So this will be their research, and I am going to produce this turn. So, to the shock of almost no one, this is the Automa's research. So, I produce 8, what am I at? 22, 26 mega credits. Because remember, I get 4 additional for leading production. So there's my 26 mega credits. 7 heat. I know I've got 8 tokens, 8 resources worth of tokens. 1 of those is going to a plant. So 7 and a plant, which means I'll be able to bump the oxygen another step. Okay, then... Right, I did all that. So now I draw 2 cards and keep 1. So next up we find CEO's favorite project for 3. It's an event. Add 2 resources to a card that holds resources. And interplanetary relations for 35. Space and Jovian tags. 1 VP per 4 cards you've played. When you draw cards during the research phase, draw 1 additional card and keep 1 additional. So if you lead it, you would draw 6 and keep 3. It would probably take me a little bit, but I could get that interplanetary relations online. I won't be doing it now, obviously. I'd have to sell most of my hand to do it. But I could. I think I will keep the interplanetary relations, though, just because my mega credit production is up decently high. So that's the end of round 3. That will move over. I'll bump the oxygen up 2 more steps. Then we'll get this shuffled up and we'll get ready to start round 4. I could actually get that interplanetary relations online right now, looking at my board, and I think I'm going to with construction. I'm going to lead that. The Automa also wants to do construction, which I don't completely mind that. So I'm going to pull 2 microbes from anaerobic microorganisms for a card that's going to cost me 10. That's going to cost me more than. That's actually 10 less, and I'll pay 25 mega credits to play out my interplanetary relations. So during the research phase, I draw 1 additional card and keep 1. Which means if I don't lead research, I would draw 3 and keep 2. Whereas if I led it, like I said, I draw 6 and keep 3. And then that cleaned me out of most of my mega credits, so this is probably a pretty good time, honestly, to... Oh, I do get to draw a card because I led production. So I only have 6 mega credits left, and I don't think I have any blue cards that cost me... Yeah, all of my blue cards cost me more than 6, so I'll draw another card. I will draw Titanium Mine for 7 mega credits with a steel tag on it. But when I play a titanium tag, I pay 3 mega credits less for it. Alright, so now that I'm down that low on mega credits, I think this is probably a good time to produce. Just so I can get some mega credits going again. Then the Automa, what do they want to do? They're going to research, so we're going to see that interplanetary relations in action right away. So I will gain 8, 14, so 22, 26 mega credits once again, which means I'll get those mega credits back I paid to play interplanetary relations plus 1. So that'll bring me back up to a healthy amount. 20, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31, 2. I'll gain another 7 heat. 5, 6, 7. Come on. Once again, I'll just take out 8 tokens worth of resources, 1 of which is going to a plant. So plant, heat. Here's what I'm going to actually do a bit of trading in before I go through research. So I've got 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5 plants to get a 5 there, just so I can see at a glance how much of each resource I actually have. So I'm also trading in some mega credits. Mostly so my board doesn't look like a complete mess. So I'll draw 3 cards from the deck and keep 2 for research. So first up I find water import from Europa for 22 with titanium and Jovian tags. I can pay 12 mega credits to flip an ocean tile, reducing by 1 mega credit per titanium I have. That's somewhat tempting. Next up, recycled detritus. Whenever I play an event, I draw 2 cards. And symbiotic fungus for 3, but I need red temperature or warmer, which I'm at. As an action, I add a microbe to another card. So I will keep... actually, which one do I not want? That's the question. I think I'm going to keep recycled detritus. Now I'm going to toss recycled detritus now that I've got interplanetary relations online. So we'll definitely be able to start drawing cards a lot faster. Alright, so that's all handled, which means I can't produce this turn. Their research is gone. What do I want to do here? Looking at my hand, I kind of want to get that water import from Europa online. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get that online. I could use a cheaper way to flip ocean tiles, so I'm going to do construction. Let's see what the Automa wants to do here. I'm going to need to produce coming up soon. The Automa wants to develop. I don't think I have a development that I can play that's reasonably cheap. I might actually. I'd like to. Actually, yeah, I do. So I'm going to pay, actually the question is, yeah, I can still play this, just barely, but I will need to produce next turn. So this will actually help me out. I'll pay 7 mega credits to play a titanium mine. So when I play a space tag, so when I play a titanium, I pay 3 less mega credits for it, which brings me up to 2 on that. Then I'll pay 16 mega credits for my construction, which will take me down to 9 to play water import from Europa. So I get to reduce the action cost by 2 because of the titanium I have. Then I'll draw a card, so I will draw Industrial Microbes for 9, with a steel and a microbe tag on it. During the production phase, produces 1 heat, and when I play a steel tag, I pay 2 mega credits less for it. Okay, so we've got all that straight. Okay, which means I can't develop, and it's a good thing production's coming back because I'm going to need to do that. Then the Automa wants an action step. So I won't be able to do anything using mega credits, most likely. I could flip an ocean tile if I wanted to, actually, by selling a card. Which I'm not totally against that idea, because I'm getting ready to produce. So I will sell a card for 3, and then clean... Actually, that would cost me... How much would that cost me? It would cost me 10, actually. So yeah, I'd still have 2 mega credits left. But I will spend that. So I'll spend 10 mega credits, including the Dusty Quarry that I'm selling to flip an ocean tile. So I'll flip this tile, which will bump my terraform rating up. And then this tile will turn into drawing a card. So I will draw Quantum Extractor for 16. Requires 3 science tags, which I have exactly none of. During the production phase, this produces 3 heat. This looks like another good candidate to sell. Then during the action step, I will spend 16 heat to raise the temperature 2 more steps, which brings me up to 17 terraform rating. Then I'll spend 8 plants to raise the temperature 1 step, which will give me another forest VP. And I don't think I bumped my terraform rating for that, so I'm going to bump that again. And then I think that is it during the action step. So now I'll produce, which will give me 8, 26, 30 mega credits. So there's my 30 mega credits. 7 heat. And a plant. All right, and I think that's it. So the last card they have is their production. What do I want to do right now? I don't think there's really much I can do right at the moment. Like I said, they've got their production coming online. So I think... Do I want to just develop here, or... I still need plant production to be able to... I still really need plant production at this point, so... I think I'm going to research and try to dig for some more plant production so I can work on the oxygen. So we're going to research, and then just to remove the suspense, it is production. So 18 plus 8 is 26 mega credits. So that'll bring me up to a lot of mega credits anyway. So there's my 26 mega credits, which brings me up to 50, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 7 heat. I'll trade another 3 in, or another 5 in for a 3 and a plant. Okay, then I will draw... What is it? Right, it's 6 cards and keep 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get to... So remember, I get to keep 3 of these. So first up I find... Archaebacteria for 5 mega credits and requires purple temperature, so I can't play this anyway. This would be a plant production, but again, I can't play it. Next up, solar power for 10 mega credits with a victory point. Steel and energy tags. During the production phase, this produces 1 heat. Next up, 6 monocultures for 6 mega credits, but I have to spend a terraform rating. During the production phase, this produces 2 plants. My terraform rating's fairly high, so I don't mind spending a little bit of that. Undersea vents for 31 mega credits. Ooh, I wouldn't mind playing this at all. During the production phase, I draw a card and this produces 4 heat. Next up, 17 blueprints for 17 mega credits with an earth tag. During the production phase, you draw a card and this produces 2 heat. And space heaters for 11 with a steel tag on it. Draw a card. During the production phase, this produces 2 heat. Since I really need plant production, I'm going to discard Archaebacteria, space heaters, and solar power, keeping monocultures, undersea vents, and blueprints. And that's the end of the round. I will bump the temperature up 2 steps. I'm hoping to get my engine online here soon, but I need the plant production. Let me check my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to be discarding 3 cards, but I will get 9 mega credits back. So, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So I'll put 1 in and get a 10 back. I'll discard symbiotic fungus. Although I'm at red temperature or warmer, so I could play that. I can't play extreme cold fungus because that requires purple temperature. And the quantum explorer would take 3 science tags, so that can hit the bin as well. Going into this round, going into round 4 now, I've actually got a decent amount of at least heat production and a lot of mega credits, so let's see if we can put those to use. I definitely want to start flexing my mega credit muscle, so I think we're going to lead off with a... where is it? Here we are. We're going to lead off with a development. Let's see what the Automa wants to start with, because I want to get those undersea vents online right away. They're going to do construction, which might actually work out for us. So I get to pay 3 less for the card I play from that, and also 3 more less, so I'm going to pay a total of 25 to play undersea vents. So during the production phase, I draw a card, and this produces 4 heat. So I get card production, and I'm going to be at 7. I'm going to be producing 11 heat. Then I get to play a blue card. I'll pay 9 for matter manufacturing. So I can spend an action. So during the action phase, I can spend a mega credit to draw a card. Okay, that was moderately helpful, so I can't develop. Taking an action could be a thing I do here. I don't think there's really any construction that I want to do right now, no. I can't develop because I just did that. I think monoculture is probably what I'm going to get online next. So I think here we will just take an action step. This way I should be able to flip 2 ocean tiles and get the heat going. So let's see what the Automa wants to do. The Automa wants to develop. So this is actually really good for me because now I get to pay, I'll pay 6 mega credits and spend a terraform rating to play out my monocultures, which I've been wanting to play out. So I get to produce 2 plants now during the... So I get to produce 2 plants during the production phase. Then during action, this didn't screw me up, I don't think. Did it? No. So I'll spend 16 heat to raise the temperature 2 steps, so we're at -6 now. That's the terraform rating I just spent. I'll spend a mega credit on matter manufacturing to draw a card, so I will draw. Artificial jungle for 5 mega credits. This will let me spend a plant to draw a card during an action step. Then I'll pay 20 mega credits to use the water import from Europa twice, so I'll get to flip 2 ocean tiles. So first up I'll find a plant and a mega credit, which I think might be enough for me to take an oxygen or a forest VP, but no, it's not. Then I'll flip this ocean tile. Card and a plant. I get to use that twice because I led action. So the card I'm drawing here. Herbivores for 25 credits, mega credits, play a beast tag. Requires 5 ocean tiles to be flipped. And as an effect, when I raise oxygen, flip an ocean tile, or raise the temperature, add 1 animal to this card. Which isn't great, but nothing I can do for that now. So I'm at 7 mega credits right now, coming out of that step. Here, I think I need to produce pretty badly, so we'll play out our production and hope that the AI doesn't use theirs here. So let's see what they're doing. They are doing another action step, so I just cleaned myself out. But I will spend a mega credit to draw a card. So I will draw. Medical lab for 15 with a steel tag. During the production phase, produce 1 mega credit per 2 steel tags you have, including this, which right now would be 1, 2, 6. That would be 3 more mega credits that I'd be producing. Let's see, then can I get up to 10 mega credits? I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so I'll have... So I'll have 2 mega credits left by the time I discard 2 cards. So I'll flip another ocean tile, which will bump my terraform rating up again. And then this tile will give me 2 plants, which when I come out of my production, I'll have enough plants to take an oxygen, take a forest VP. So action step's done. So now I'm producing 19, 27, 31 mega credits. So there's my 31 mega credits. Then I'll draw a card, so I will draw Airborne Radiation for 15 mega credits with an Earth tag. Requires red oxygen or higher, which we're at. Raise the oxygen 1 step, and during the production phase, this produces 2 heat, which could be good. Speaking of heat, I produce 11 heat. And 3 plants. Okay, so that's all done. I can't produce, which means they have their production and research left. That's gone. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I might as well get this. Their production's up first, so I'm actually going to get this Maholi Arena area online. So I'm going to lead development, and let's see what they're doing. They are They're producing, which actually kind of worked for me. So I get to pay 3 less for the card I play, which means I'll pay 15 mega credits to play the aforementioned Maholi area. So during the production phase, this produces 4 heat, which means I'm producing 15 heat. All right, and then speaking of which, now I'm producing. So I'm producing 27 mega credits. 25, 6, 7. I should be able to flip those last 2 ocean tiles on my next action step. I'm drawing a card, so I will draw Permafrost Extraction, requiring yellow temperature or warmer for 8 mega credits. Flip an ocean tile. Then I'm producing another 11 heat. And 3 plants, which should bring me up to, I believe, 12. Let me cash some of these in. 2, 4, 6, 10. So I'm up to 22 heat, 12 plants, and 45 mega credits. All right, and then we know the Automa has research down there. So the question is, what do I want to do? Do I want to just go ahead and finish the... Right. Actually, I can't... No, they just produced. I played the Maholi area. That's what I did. Okay. So... Yeah, I'm bumping the temperature another 2 steps. Question is, am I going to go ahead and flip those last 2 ocean tiles, or do I want to start working on the oxygen a little bit more? I think we're going to lead action because we're going into the last round where I can set the order for the Automa where I want it to be. So I'm going to lead on action, and we'll see that the Automa, hey, look at that, they're researching. So for action, I'll start off by spending 8 plants to increase the oxygen 1 step. So we're up to 8% now. I get another forced VP. Then I'll spend 16 heat. 16 heat should bring me down to 6 to raise the temperature 2 steps. So we're at -2 Celsius, so my terraforming rating should be up 3. Then I'll pay a mega credit to Matter Manufacturing to draw a card. So I will draw Fusion Power, which requires 2 energy tags to play. I should have way more than that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, so I'm fine there. During the production phase, I draw a card, so that's not entirely great. Let's see, I have 2 titanium, so yeah, I'll pay 20 mega credits to flip the last 2 ocean tiles. So this will flip into 4 more mega credits, so I'll put a single in and get a 5 back. And that bumps my terraform rating up again. And the last ocean tile is another card. So we do have all 9 ocean tiles flipped right now, which means we're drawing interns for 3 with a science tag. When you draw cards during the research phase, draw 2 additional cards, which isn't that great without being able to keep additional cards. Let's see here. Then I will... I know I'm producing, 11... I'm producing a guaranteed temperature bump per turn, per production step. So I'm going to spend 20 mega credits to increase the oxygen 1 more step, which will give me another forced VP. The question is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knowing I can stack the order for the Automa any way I want it to go, I'm trying to make sure I set myself up so that I can finish that on... So I can make sure I can finish that this last round, because this is it that we're going into. So... Alright, I've done everything there, which means the round is over. Let me check my hand limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have to discard one card. I'll flip Permafrost Extraction for the end of the round. So I'll get 3 mega credits back from that. Then I'll take a bump on the oxygen, going up to 11%. Then I'll set the... Then I'll get the auto deck all set, and this will be it for the game. So this is round 5. I had a bit of a think about this, and I think I've figured out how I'm going to do this. So remembering that I get to set the Automa deck, I'm having the Automa lead on production, which means I'm going to lead on development. So I'll get to pay 3 mega credits less for the card I'm playing, which means I'll pay... I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll discard Food Factory, so I have 2 mega credits left over to play out Airborne Radiation to bump my heat production up by 2, which means I'm producing 16 heat. I had to total that up off camera, so I should have 2 mega credits left over for now. But that's before we go into production. So 18, 23, 31. Yeah, 31 mega credits. So 31 mega credits. Drawing a card, so I will draw Beam from a Thorium Asteroid, requiring a Jovian tag with Space, Jovian, and Energy tags, so this will be a pretty cheap card to play for development. During the production phase, this produces a plant and 3 heat, but I don't think I need any of that production right now. That was the card I drew from card production. So I produce another 16 heat, which is 2 temperature increases. Oop, 16 heat, not mega credits. And 3 plants. Okay. And that's my card, so that's the first turn. So the Automa next is researching. And then the card I'm doing next, what did we say? Did I say I was producing again? I set this strategy up off camera, and I'm just trying to remember how I did this. So yes, I'm actually producing, because I'm going to be doing a lot of basic actions. So I'm going to produce again, which means this time I get the 4 mega credits from the bonus, so 23, 31, 35 mega credits. I might just get there this first round, or during this next action step. Draw a card, so I will draw Breathing Filters, which is 2 victory points, requires yellow oxygen or higher, which we are at. Then I produce another 16 heat, which will bring me up to a whole mess of it. So bring me up to, let me cash some of this in, so 2 5s for 10, and 3 more plants. 3, let's just give me a 5. Alright, so I'm up to, that brings me up to 65, 6, 7, 8 mega credits, 38 heat, and 10 plants. So I should be able to get there, hopefully, during this round. Alright, production's all done, so now I'll draw cards. I will get to draw 3 and keep 2. So 1, 2, 3. I don't think any of these really matter, except for the mega credits I'm gaining. So first up, acquired company for 11 mega credits with a steel and an earth tag. During the production phase, draw a card. Next up, Power Supply Consortium, 12 mega credits with an energy tag on it on a green. During the production phase, produce 2 mega credits and a heat. And fish for 11, needing red temperature or warmer. When I flip an ocean tile, add an animal to this card. I'll actually bin the fish because I don't think I'll need it. Let's see, then I'm using action, as I think I set up the automa to do yes. So that was kind of a derp on my part, but I think I get away with it anyway. So I will spend 32 heat at a cost of 8 per. I'll bump the temperature 4 steps, so 1, 2, 3, 4, which will also bump my terraforming rating up by 4. Then I'll spend 8 plants to raise the oxygen by 1 step, going up to 12%. Let's see, do I just have enough? Because I need to raise the temperature. I need to raise the temperature 1 more and the oxygen 2 more. Which 40, 54, I think this works. So 55 to get 1 back, which will leave me with 14 mega credits. It costs me 20 mega credits per oxygen increase, so I'll increase that by 2 steps, which means the oxygen's maxed out at 14%. And the ocean and the temperature goes up by 1 step per 14 mega credits I spent, so we have actually managed to terraform Mars for human life. Let me see if I can zoom in so we can see that. Does that get checked at the end of the round, or is I think the game's just over immediately when you... The end of the game is triggered. Finish the current phase and then proceed to final scoring. Okay, yep. Actually, I think we just play... Looks like we play the round out, but honestly, there's really no reason to play the... There's probably really no reason to play the game out at this, play the hand out at this point. Because I don't think anything really affects victory points. Well, looks like I have a total of... Looks like I have a total of 1, 2, 3 cards that affect victory points, but really there's no point to playing it out at this point, since victory points aren't really a thing that I worry about in the solo game. So that will actually do it for this playthrough of Terraforming Mars. We're not quite done with the video yet, though, because I just got a delivery in today. So we're going to go ahead and unbox that. So I'll clean this up, and we'll go ahead with the product unboxing. So I got this delivery in from USPS earlier this afternoon as I got home from work. Meandering Mike had just celebrated his 500 subscribers on his channel. Congratulations once again on that, Mike. And he had a 5-game giveaway. Somehow, I managed to have Lady Luck smile on me enough to win in the sci-fi category. So this is the mystery box. Let's see what's all in here. Hopefully, looks like he's taped it down. Looks like he has taped it down, but it feels like it's... Oh, it feels like it's been pressed down as well, which I do not... I do not like these press down boxes from... These flat rate boxes from USPS. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, this is going to be fun. I swear. It's almost like Mike wishes he was the Grey Rooster Sales or something. God, I still remember that. I still remember that horrendous box. That was absolutely awful to open. Okay, looks like we got this one open as well. Looks like he plastic wrapped this to hell and back. Okay, I think we can get all of this out. Nothing else in the box except for a little extra bubble wrap. Alright, and let's see what in the world we have in here. Looks like we have... Okay, cool. Looks like this is at least somewhat easy to get open. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alright. I'll get this at least somewhat thrown away. And we see here that we've got the Falling Stars role-playing and tactical game system from Lock and Load Publishing. And no, I don't do the drinking games that the War Room does. Role-playing and tactical game system. It's a role-playing and tactical game of political and military conflict unfolding amidst an alien intervention. 50 years after first contact, the human race is beset by deadly machinations of several human factions as they struggle to extend their reach into the greater galaxy. A mysterious alien race has emerged whose ultimate intentions are as obscure as their origin. Great. Each vies with the others to direct the future of our species among the stars, and only you can determine the outcome. This box contains everything you need to learn the basic mechanics of Falling Stars. It includes beginner game rules, 8 pre-generated characters, the first chapter of an ongoing sci-fi adventure campaign, Into the Long Dark Night, 1-inch counters, and full-color printed maps for the adventure designed for either 28mm miniatures or the included 1-inch counters. Looks like it's another RPG system. Delightful. But that will do it for this playthrough of Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition and a small product unboxing. Sunday we're ending Space Month by debuting a new space exploration game as we play Space Corp 2025 to 2300 from GMT Games. Sunday's Space Corp video will also be the last video for this month's AMA questions. So if you have a question you want to ask for the AMA segment during the end of July recap, make sure to post it soon. As for next week, we're starting the Summer of Lovecraft with a play-in game of Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu to determine our Ancient One for the Summer of Lovecraft, and I'll detail how that will work in next week's video. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.